Ooh, it's time for Mad Hungry. All right.
You enjoy yourself.
Spurtle Mania.
I think I'm going to grab another crab cake.
All right, you do that. All right. In the meantime, we're going to talk to you about two great items from Lucinda Scala-Quinn. She's going to be joining us in a moment on Skype. Now, on Sunday, we kicked this item off, and I can tell you 2,800 were ordered since Sunday, and the color Sage sold out completely. Now, there are two pieces you're getting in this. The Super Spoon, which is this one, that has a little raised portion on the bottom. It also will help you scoop things out of liquid. You can also strain, but there are also little nubs right here. So if you're grating garlic or ginger, it's quick and it's easy. This portion is nylon. This portion is covered in silicone. It's easy for you to be able to work with. Now, this is going to hold 3 tablespoons or 1.5 ounces of whatever you put inside. This is completely covered in silicone. All this comes together in a beautiful box. We hopefully, yes, have the box back here. So this is what it's going to come packaged in. This is going to be a must-have tool and an extension of what you're already loving with your Spurtles in your kitchen. Talking about smashing, talking about straining, talking about grating. It's all happening for you thanks to Lucinda Scala-Quinn, who's joining us live via Skype to tell us more about her awesome duo. She's the modern mother of the 16th century Spurtle.
Yes, that's right. Hi, David.
Hello,
Hi,
my
everybody.
darling.
This set is anchored by our signature Spurtle, only this Spurtle has a scoop, and it does everything that we love about the Spurtle. But what I have to show you right off the bat is our Mad Hungry Super Spoon. Now watch this. This is only 5 of the things it does with 5 different tools that you don't have to have. It whisks. It is a garlic masher. It is a strainer. It is a colander spoon, and it is a ginger grater. Now, those are 5 things, David, that this little guy does, and that's what we're known for, Mad Hungry, is to really make tools that are multi-use. So here, I mean, if it only did this, mashing potatoes or sweet potatoes, it'd be worth the price of admission. Because you know what? This is not something, one of those big, awkward things that get stuck in your drawer. But the other thing I always like to point out to people is that we designed it so that it has an angle. Now, when you do boil eggs, you need to take your eggs and lower it down into the water so that it doesn't crack. And also, when it's boiling hot and you're lifting it out of the water, you want to do that. So you can see how easy it is right there. Both of us have it. One of the most special things about this, which you alluded to, and I just want to show, is that here, right in the crook here, we have these little raised nubs. So you can take a piece of ginger or garlic, and today I was using garlic when I was making some steak pizziola, which you can see on my Instagram. There you go, because then it turns it into that kind of paste as opposed to chunks. And you can do that with ginger, you can do it with garlic. I like to do it here with ginger. And then this is like probably the easiest recipe in the entire world. I grate the ginger, and then I take this steamed broccoli that's already been cooked, and I have my ginger right here on the spoon. And then I just lift the cooked broccoli out. It gets kissed with the ginger, and that's a recipe without doing practically anything. But then again, here's one of the features, which is just the colander part, where you're lifting out the broccoli from the boiling water, and it's draining off. So, I mean, the thing is about these Mad Hungry tools is we do so many things with them. And they're really, really, really useful. Now here I'm going to show you whisking. I have 3 eggs here in my bowl. I don't need to get a whisk because the way this is designed, it whisks beautifully. So here I am. You can just whisk, you know, if you were making a giant frittata or whatever, and we're both whisking here. So this one tool whisks. So again, if it was only a potato masher, that would be amazing. But let me show you one more thing, which is how many times are we, let me see, let me find one. You have, whether it's a lemon or a lime, and it has pits in it, and you're running around going, how am I going to just squeeze this so that the pits don't get into the food? I'm going to put it right here on my ginger broccoli. This catches all the pits. So I can just squeeze it right here, and then the pits are left behind on the super spoon. And that's why we call it the super spoon. And there you are, you whisked. And if you wanted to, you could either cook with that right there in our everywhere pan. See, it's perfect because the edges are just like a rounded spoon.
Are rounded, right?
But if you want, yeah, but if you wanted to, you could just take your Spurtle. This is a medium-sized Spurtle. It's nylon, as you said. It's covered in silicone, so it's kind of beveled around the edges. And I always like to show this about our, lately we have been putting all of our wonderful products in this packaging with photographs that show everything that you can do with it, because we have these tools that are remarkable, and sometimes you look at them and you think like, what the heck does this do? And here it explains it all. So if you get one or two and stick it in the closet, it's a beautiful gift.
Now let's
what you're
remind
doing
you.
here,
Let's remind you of color choices. Here's the red. I also have it for you in the gray. Don't forget, I believe we're calling this one turquoise. And finally, we have it for you in the violet. With fewer than 400 remaining. Lucinda Scala Quinn, always a pleasure to have you back, and thank you for making life in the kitchen just a tad easier.
thank you for having me, everybody. Have a wonderful week.
Be
All the
well and be
best.
safe. Take good care.
Thank you.
Let's check in with Big Bite Steve and see what's coming up.
You betcha, coming up in just a